So at Cast Iron Systems, our job is to be the #1 SaaS integration provider. So what we do for our customers at Cast Iron is we take integration between Salesforce.com and other applications and make that happen faster than anybody else in the market. So it's my job to make sure that all the data that stays in Salesforce.com and continually gets added is accurate. And it's also my job to make sure that we're able to get the kinds of reports and trending analysis at Cast Iron for our regional sales directors and for our VP of sales so that they can make quick decisions based on that. Before we used Cloud9, the only way that I was able to get any kind of trending were to take snapshots out of the database on a weekly basis. So every Friday at 5, I would take a look at the database and I'd take a snapshot and dump it out into Excel. And that's fine for one-offs, but when I wanted to track it week after week, month after month, and quarter after quarter, it was very difficult for us to do that. It took a lot of time. And frankly, as a marketing and sales operations manager, I just don't have that kind of time. At Cast Iron, when we started looking at different ways of solving this problem, different ways of looking at trending analysis. First, we looked at Salesforce, and we wanted to see what kind of reporting information were we able to get out of Salesforce that was able to develop trends. And we found that with custom fields, that was really hard to do. So we looked at a couple of solutions. We looked at Lucedera, and we looked at Cloud9. And the reason why we chose Cloud9 is they were able to give us better trending analysis with all the custom fields that we use at Cast Iron. At Cast Iron, our sales model is velocity. So if something sits in a pipeline for 45, 60 days, it becomes critically important that we respond to it. And we have a number of customized fields that specifically measure how long things are sitting in the pipeline. With Cloud9, we're able to report on those and find out, do we need to make adjustments to a sales process? Are deals getting stuck at the 40% stage too long? Do things seem to happen different in the second month of a quarter this year than in the second month of a quarter a year ago? What's happening on the East Coast versus the West Coast? And are there different behaviors around what our customer base is doing? So if I boil Cloud9 into the three most important aspects for me, it would be the product just works. Pipeline Accelerator is a dream, and my managers get the kinds of reports that they need every single week. The second piece was the implementation. It was carefree. We were able to get that up and running in a very short period of time. And the third is whenever I need to tweak a report or I need any kind of hand-holding for services, the support organization is there. In my role as a marketing and sales operations manager, it's important for me to be strategic. So at Cast Iron, what that means is being responsive. So when I have an executive or I have a regional director that says we need to understand what kind of trending has occurred in a period of time, it doesn't take me days. It doesn't take me hours to put this information together. After having Cloud9 installed, it just takes me minutes to be able to be responsive.